take the hit. So I went you went the rail. I tried to give you my all, but you keep pushing me.
Hello, welcome back to the Metal Antics podcast, episode 18. My name is Chris. I'm joined today by my co-host Isaiah.
Hello.
Michael.
I'm Isaiah.
And we're joined today by Empty Vessel. How you guys doing?
What's going on?
All right. How are you guys?
Good. How are you guys?
Let's just go down the line and say who you are, what you do for the band.
I'm Zach. I play drums for Empty Vessel.
I'm Nick. I'm vocals.
I'm Other Nick. I'm guitar.
I'm Joe. I sing and play guitar.
It's good to have you guys on. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Jinx.
Oh,
yeah.
it's like unison.
If anyone hears a bass in the background, we think someone's playing in the hallway outside of our studio.
Let's make it up for our bassist that's unfortunately not here today.
Yeah.
There you go.
His soul is out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So, how was the drive down here with the rain and everything?
It's all right. Not too bad.
You're
Everyone's
not
annoying.
terrible.
Easy.
It's actually easier for me to get here now because I moved.
You're the closest one now. We were
Yeah.
talking
Oh, am
about
I?
it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, you get from Philly. That's like, I don't think we were that
I
good.
always
That
forget that.
I didn't need to be that committed for it, but fuck, we'll take it. Yeah. I actually wanted to address something first. So we just we got our statistics from our podcast, our rankings, and we were ranked number 202 in music interviews in the world right now.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, good for
Like,
you
we're
guys.
trying to
That's
think.
awesome news.
We're trying to think how many music interview podcasts are out there. We don't know. Maybe there's 202. Well, there's thousands, but
Yeah, for
Just
all we
crazy.
know, we could be like right there at the very bottom.
Yeah, there's like 210. We're like we're eighth.
No, in the world, I doubt that, but
Yeah.
that is great news. Congrats
Yeah.
to you guys. That's
crazy.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now we're on episode 18, so our podcast can give consent now.
Yes.
But yeah, let's talk about you guys now. Enough of us.
Yeah.
We had our 30 seconds. How are you guys with not being able to play music now?
Honestly, we've been really making the most of it. Ever since that first quarantine hit, we just started doing Zoom sessions, like working on new material. We had like a backlog of a lot of like unfinished tracks and a lot of like tracks that were just getting started. And so we just started meeting up like weekly, here and there, sometimes more than that, and just started writing and workshopping material. And now we're getting to the end stage of our writing and getting into the pre-production of our next album.
That's great.
Nice.
That's always good.
How is it doing like practice over Zoom? Because I have class over Zoom and it can be a little iffy every now and then sometimes.
Yeah, we don't like practice over Zoom.
Yeah.
We just normally Joe has all the pre-pro stuff on his computer, and he'll link the audio to the Zoom call, and we'll just sit there and write and just do it that way.
Got it.
Definitely can't practice. That'd be really hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes we even go through like if like it's a song that like I wrote or like a song that we have tabbed out, we'll go like in Guitar Pro and like notate our parts just so we can like make changes on the spot to make it a lot easier. But yeah, honestly, all we've been doing is like workshopping and writing. We can't really play together like Zach said.
Yeah, that would be a mess. Try to time it up together like a little delay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be miserable.
So have you guys found a way around that to actually like get together and practice, or have you guys not practiced together in a while?
After the first, quarantine and everything, after that, we wound up meeting up here, I think, a couple times, and then shit started to get bad again, or schedules, some of us are in school and we have work on top of that, and we're all over the place. He's in Philly, I'm in South Jersey. Them two are closer here. Our bassist is from north, like an hour north Jersey. I think it's about an hour, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard for us to meet at the same time. So we stopped meeting and we poured all of our focus into the writing process. So we were actually going to practice today if we could, but we wanted to wait for our bassist to be available too. So we're going to push that off.
This is
But
actually the first time we're seeing each other.
in about 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
been a long time, other than Zoom. It's been a while.
We bring people together.
Yeah.
No, and thankful for that, because it really gave us a good excuse to see each other again. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty crazy when I reached out to you and you were like, talk to my manager, and you sent me Instagram. It was Thomas from Sentinels.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're having a podcast with him.
Yeah, Thomas has been very fantastic to work with. He's pretty much family to us. We've been friends with him for a while. We've been fans of the band for a very long time, and he's helped us tremendously
Since
with
we
been working with him. Yeah,
like,
we've
I
been
think our
doing
audience
really
has
good.
grown 20 times in
Yeah.
size. Like, just basing off of our Spotify wrap-up, like, numbers.
Right.
I don't remember the exact specifics, but I remember doing the math, and, like, our monthly listeners, like, multiplied by 20 times. Our, like, outreach multiplied by 20 times. Our most popular streamed song before our latest release was about, like, less than 2,000 streams, I'd say.
it had to been like less than
Mouth
1,000 for
Breather,
sure.
our newest single, within the first week, doubled that, and now I think it's what, 15,000?
16.
16, almost 17,000 now. Yeah.
So when we released our EP, The Nothing Beneath Us, we didn't know what we were doing. We advertised it, we put it out there for what we felt was what we saw from other bands and stuff. And we sold CDs, we sold some merch, everything was going pretty good. Then later on, we worked on our recent single, Mouth Breather, and we worked with him on how he knows how to properly release a song and work on it. And when we did it, we released that back in May. We're still getting hits. We're still getting reviews on YouTube and people talking about it and listening to it. So it's really good, and the numbers are skyrocketing on Spotify and Apple Music and everything. So I will say this. All local bands that feel shameful or prideful about having any kind of management, it is very beneficial, and at least try it once to get that like in your system as a band. It's very beneficial.
Even just to have like an unbiased third party.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's just like I don't have too much experience with managers at all because I don't. So, but I feel like that one extra person can have a piece of knowledge that like no one else in the band or whatever you're doing has. That
It's
can
tremendous.
Just skyrocket.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
And to have like a local behemoth of a band like Sentinels, it's just great.
Exactly. Because they were that local band. They got to the point that they're at now for a reason. So who better to have trying to help us out than someone who's been through it from beginning to where they are right now, which is, they're up there now.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Did you got anything?
I thought you had.
Oh no, I thought you had some. That's why.
I
I
would say so you guys had Ryan Kirby from Fit for a King on your last
I
single.
saw that.
How was that? Just
Awesome.
run me through it because he's one of the biggest vocalists in metalcore
Yeah.
right now.
I remember when we first brought up the idea, I was like, oh, that's so cool, but like, there's no way we're gonna get that. There's no way we're gonna make that happen. And then I was like, what? How is this actually real life? Nick could speak better to like how that came to be because you were kind of the one that like.
Yeah, I was really pushing for it, and it was kind of like a, let me shoot my shot, let me see what I could do, and I reached out to him. I got a hold of his manager, then I got a hold of him, and we spoke about it. And he was very professional. He was a gentleman about it. He was very humble, and he's one of my heroes vocally too. So working with someone that you kind of look up to, and I've heard all the records. I mean, I think we pretty much are all fans of Fit for a King, so we're kind of like, it was really awesome to have him on a track. And it's one of the coolest songs that we've written to date. So it was just piling up with this is going to be an amazing track, and it was. Working with him was great. When he sent us the vocals, we were freaking out how good it sounded. So it was great.
Yeah, we were really happy with just like how much he gave us too. Like he sang a lot on that song. Like obviously towards the middle part and then also the end. Once I heard the end part, I was like, oh, wow, he added this too, and I was just like, we definitely got we definitely got what we wanted for sure, and we can't thank him enough, honestly.
Yeah. That was I gave him the template of the song. I gave him all the lyrics, and he said, do you want to write the lyrics, or do you want me to write lyrics for my part? And I told him, run with it. If you want me to write the lyrics, I can, but if you want to do it, I have full faith in you, do that. And I asked him, like, the one request I have is if you want to, you don't have to, can you come back in the end and do the end breakdown with me? So that's both me and Ryan Kirby screaming at the ending. And I didn't know. It was a flip of a coin. I called it and I got it, and it was fantastic. It's
That's
such a
gotta be
great
awesome.
feeling.
Yeah.
And I hope one day, when we get up there, if we're playing with them, if there's one way for us to share the stage, if that could happen, God bless. That'd be
Yeah,
fantastic.
man.
I literally dream about that.
That'd be fantastic.
Like,
Fantastic.
I go to bed. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have a dream tonight. I'm like, we're gonna be like, we're playing in like New York City on some tour, and like it's Fit for a King, like headlining or some shit, and then we're just playing, and then Mouth Breather's our last song. We just end on a bang. Like that's like literally.
Be great.
I dream about that shit happening. It's
Well, you speak into existence.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I would really, I would cry.
but by the chance he hears this, you know,
Yeah.
who knows?
That'd be great.
Ryan, we love you.
Absolutely.
They also want you to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
They just didn't say it.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool dude. I remember we spoke for 5 seconds at like Warped Tour. Yeah. And I have that bandana that's completely soiled. Like the signature's not even on it anymore. But in my mind, it's there. It's special.
You know.
We met him twice at two different Warped Tours. We met Ryan, remember?
I remember the one
We
time
went up there like
we stood online.
crazy fangirls waiting for him. We were talking to him and stuff. He's a cool cat. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah, that must feel amazing just hearing your own instruments and voice with his in your own song. Like, just listen. I'd have to listen to it every now and then just to remind myself, just like, yeah.
Well, it's just so crazy to me because like I'm one of the newer members of this band. These guys are kind of like the OG. Me and Kevin were like the newest additions. We've only been playing with them since a couple months before we started performing, and so like when I joined, I was so excited to be in like a consistent project. This was like the first project that I was a part of that was like playing out consistently, writing material, like really grinding as a band. You know what I mean? And like a couple months before I joined this band, I was going to shows like Fit for a King, like watching, like, oh, imagine being up on the stage, sharing the space with guys like this one day, and now I'm fucking on a record with one of these guys. It's mind-boggling. It doesn't feel real sometimes.
Yeah, like we get that feeling sometimes too. You know, it's like a bunch of these bands we have on, you know, are like, oh, I know these guys. You know, I've listened to their music before, and then, you know, I get to sit down and talk with them.
Yeah.
I get to just have conversations.
And it's like
It's crazy.
from the beginning, you don't think it's like would even be possible to get a hold of them, and then when it actually happens, you're like, oh wow, they're way better of a person than I like expected.
Do meet your heroes.
Everyone we had on, like, no doubt, like, has been a pleasure to have on.
Yeah.
Like,
We haven't had a single bad person.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very lucky.
Now the scene could be hit or miss. I mean, we're friends with a lot of the bands that we play with, and I mean, the humbleness of the scene. You know, before the shit went down, it's been it's like a family. Like it's so there's no cutthroat or we're better or elitist kind of mentality. Like it's really been great. So it's amazing that you guys have had a great experience.
Yeah,
I feel like
you guys have been great so far too. Just don't beat us with chairs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with this niche culture, you can't really have that cutthroat mentality. You know what I mean? We're all just competing in like we're not like pop musicians just looking to build clout. Like we're all just sharing love for music and like looking forward to making it together and supporting each other. Like there's no room for that bullshit.
Yeah.
We're from the scene, playing for the scene, and we're still the scene. So
and
it's
everyone
family.
seems to help each other out no matter what.
Yeah.
Like whenever we talk to a band, everyone has a connection with every other band no matter what. Like we even went to PA to do a podcast with the vocalist of Casket Maker, and he still had connections over here with like Born Anew, I think Ocean of Illusions. It's crazy.
Those are homies of us too. We love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. See, everyone just has
It's
connection to
a
everyone.
family. It's a family.
I can't wait to see how closer everyone becomes when shows come back. I think it's just gonna be like,
Oh yeah.
it's
Family reunion.
gonna be like a
I think
resurgence.
this was the thing that the local scene needed, because I feel like we're gonna have local shows happen before bigger concerts, 100%.
Oh yeah.
But I think because people have been
Starving.
not able, to go to shows for so long. I mean, we're dying to even go to a show, let alone play one. But I feel like that'll make the local scene thrive again. You don't have
thought
to.
about that.
Yeah, well, think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you know,
smart.
when you just have shows, it's so available. People are hit or miss. Now it's been so long since you've been able to do it. I would run to a show, no matter what genre, anything. Live music's live music, and I really think this is going to benefit
everyone was always
us.
too busy, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's like I feel like people are going to be itching for an excuse
Oh,
to make
yeah.
the time
Oh,
to
yeah.
do something.
Oh yeah, they'll take off for work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're never gonna take a show for granted ever.
Ever again,
Yeah.
and I
Literally ever
cannot
again.
tell you how many fellow bands have said the same thing. I'm never gonna not take a show again. I'm never gonna do that kind of thing again where it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to play how far it is. You're never gonna take it for granted ever again.
Yeah, because you realize how fast it can all be taken away.
Man, gone in an instant? Oh, never.
Yeah, I feel like that's another reason why like the community's so much closer now, because everybody's feeling the effects, so everybody knows how it is. So everybody just is like, let's help each other out. There's no reason to be like cutthroat style, like you said.
It's all you can do.
I'm killing for a show right now. Like the other day, you know, I was driving. I was in Sayreville, and we were driving back, and like I looked down the street where Star Linden is, and I'm like, fuck, I missed that.
Yep.
Like I'd probably sit there for 3 hours and watch a 12-year-old how to play guitar.
Yeah.
like have them learn, and I'd be like, you know what, that was awesome. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and watch the same thing. Like I would take any show, no matter what it is at this point.
It's so weird. Like I work in the city, and like I go through Penn Station, and like even walking past like Madison Square Garden, like there's no security, like there's never any lines or anything. It's just like dead. It's like a ghost zone. It's super depressing.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I think when shows come back, like Nick was saying, they're going to be starting smaller than most likely than bigger, and like I can see like things like VFW shows making a comeback and stuff like that, like those like very small places. And I'm happy that I'm personally happy that here in Jersey, from what I've seen, a lot of the venues haven't really. Yeah, some of them are struggling, but I haven't seen a lot of them really disappear. I know in a lot of other places across the country, so many venues have just closed and like fucking gone under and stuff. But like I know Champs is still a thing because they have got a bar. And they can still make money. So like I know I'll be honestly like I'll be so happy to play there again. I will. Yeah, it's gonna be
anywhere. I'll play in the basement at this point.
Yeah, facts.
We don't care. We just want to do what we're passionate for.
I remember getting to that point where I was like, oh, I'm so happy to like not be playing Champs anymore. Like, oh, what a great place to start. But we're moving on to bigger and better things. We're playing these nice big places. But like now, I'll play the Meat Locker if we fucking have.
Anywhere.
Honestly, the Meat Locker is one of my favorite shows we've ever played.
Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly, the sound that day.
There was something about it. There was something about the people there, the sound, just the closeness of it. It was fun.
You wouldn't think a concrete basement would have such good sound, but that day we played, you could hear everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's definitely there's gonna be moshing, spin kicks, tears, throw up on the floor, spilled beer, everything. I miss it all. Like stepping on a venue, like I'm gonna stick to this floor.
Oh, yeah.
Stand here for a
Oh,
while.
that's the
I miss
worst.
it all, man. I miss it all. It was great.
Can't forget
The BO, everything. It's such something you don't have anymore.
I even missed the drop kicks to the face.
You guys do weddings?
At this point, we'll church it up and we'll do it. Yeah.
Shut up, Joe Flannery. That man shoots weddings all the time.
Hey. Take whatever performance opportunities we can get.
Absolutely.
Medal at a wedding? I could see that though.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, no,
No,
definitely
I don't think so. I was gonna say, so we ask every artist, let's hear some show stories you guys have had, any crazy shit that's happened to you guys while performing, before, after.
You seem to have something good.
Yeah.
We all it's probably the same night we have. It's just,
I got something different.
it's just then you go first
go
because you
first.
just broke that.
Sorry.
Damn it.
So I was playing this show at Champs once, and our band, I don't even know if it was our band. Might have been Glass Houses. I don't remember, actually. And we had backing tracks, so so I had to plug my mixer into this like power outlet or strip or something, and literally like in the middle of the song where there's this break part with like synths and like electronic drums going, a ground loop just like happened to like just pop up and just start ringing in my ear. So a ground loop is just like power is just going, and it's just a loop, and it just sounds like and I'm in the middle of the song and I can't hear the backing tracks because the mixer is what's having the ground loop, and I'm like freaking out, and I'm like, uh-oh. But I took my ears out and it was still playing, and I was like, okay, so we're still good. So like I had to unplug the mixer like a measure before I had to pop back in on drums. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it was gone. But I thought that was crazy, because I was like, if this goes off,
That sounds like a palm sweaty moment. You're just there.
Yeah,
just like,
I was,
ugh.
and it was loud. It was loud.
There's like the
noise.
sense of dread, you know, like, oh my god, is this song ruined now?
Yeah, I thought no one turned around and looked at me, and I thought it stopped, and I took my ears out, and I'm like, oh, it's still going. And I looked at the meter on the mixer, and it was just pinned. It was just like just solid, and I was like, oh no. But I fixed it, like I said, like a measure before, and it stopped, and I was like, that was a crazy.
I've actually got another champ story. So, this is like a happy one. This is a fun one.
The jewel?
Yeah. I don't remember how early on this was. This happened relatively early, probably in our first year of performing.
Yeah.
So we had just played a set, and we're at Champs. You guys know Champs,
Is this
right?
after my leg? Because that's probably going to be my story.
I don't know.
I think it was the first time.
3 Champs stories. Wow.
I think it was before.
Was it?
Go ahead.
Anyways,
Go ahead, too.
So we were at Champs and we just played our set. And I think it was kind of like early on we were performing, so we were probably like first or second, very early on in the lineup. And so then after that, we were hanging out in the bar area with all of our friends, our photographer, everyone who came out to support, some of the other band members. And we were just chilling, you know? And then Kevin was there and he had his jewel. And then we were razzing Nick a little bit. You know, we have a little give and take. We were making fun of his windbreaker, I think. And
There's nothing wrong with wearing windbreakers.
No,
I got a windbreaker right
He's
down
got
here.
one right fucking now.
Exactly.
Ryan Kirby wears one.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. And it was a fit for a king one I was wearing. That's right.
2010 call, they want the windbreaker back.
Anyways,
Go ahead.
Well, the modern style is neither here nor there. So, we were just chilling around, fucking with Nick, and Kevin said something, and he had his jewel in his hand, so Nick was like, fuck you, and then hit his hand, and then...
I'm Italian, I talk with my hands.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it was
I
unintentional.
flail. I was like,
It
yeah,
was
whatever,
an
and then
accident.
I went like that. Go ahead.
So then he hit it out of his hand, flew up, fell into the hole of the pool table, like in one of the pockets.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of those pool tables where like it's got like the net, and so it doesn't have like the track or anything. Oh, no, it does have the track, but it fell in between the track, underneath the pool table. So it was like in there. There was basically no way of getting it back, right? So now I could tell Kevin was being nice, but I could tell he was like a little annoyed. It's like, oh fuck, now I gotta buy a new jewel. But I was like, not today. So I was like trying to think of how we could finesse and get this thing out. So I went there, you know, in Champs in the back, there's this little like guitar station thing. Mm-hmm. So I was like, what can we have here? I found some spool, a little metal clip, and then I tied the metal clip to the spool onto a pool cue. And then all of us together were like guiding this metal clip into the hole, trying to snag it by the magnet.
Oh, okay.
And just like fishing it together, all like working as like a group, like as a team to try to like do this. And then we're just finessing it, and then we finally managed to get it out. And then our whole squad erupts. We all just lose it. Everyone in the bar is like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And the best part, our photographer's there documenting this whole experience. I don't think we had a more bonding experience in our entire life as a band. We all just were like hugging and cheering and high-fiving, and it was just, it was like a movie. All for a jewel that was trapped in a pool table.
Hey, that's a successful mission.
Jump,
It
That's all
was.
that matters.
Jump freeze frame credits.
Literally, like, it was like that. It was so great.
You could say Empty Vessel is great at playing Operation. Just putting that out there.
Ever need Operation Buddy? There you go. Call anyone.
Call up Empty Vessel.
Yeah.
What do you got, Joe?
Oh God, I don't even know. Honestly, there's lots of I feel like I have more like good memories of us playing shows. Like there's some things that like I could bring up, but I'm just like I don't know. But like I don't know. Like there's just lots of funny moments for sure at shows.
There's got to be one where like I don't know, some fan came on stage and I don't know, did something or
That'd be great.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
we haven't had that yet. That'd be awesome.
We'll make it
Fans,
happen.
You can come on stage.
Oh, that one time you fell into my bass drum.
That wasn't even for us. I was a fan at that point. We weren't even playing a show. You were playing a show.
I actually have a story now that I think about it, but it was with another band that Zach and I were in that don't really
That's what I just said.
don't really do anymore.
Look what you did, Zach.
But so this is this other band that Zach and I were in. We were playing in Asbury Park.
Oh yeah.
And so we're I think it was the place where actually Empty Vessel had our first show. It was the Music Foundation, yeah. And so we're playing Zach and I are in the band. We're playing our set, and then we're halfway in a song, and this guy comes up, and he like tells us to stop playing. He's just like stop. He's like cut it out, and he's just like, I need to know something right now.
I remember that.
I need to know who the fuck put so much toilet paper in the woman's bathroom in the toilet. I'm not cleaning this shit up. Someone's gotta fess up right fucking now.
In the middle of your
In
set?
the middle of our set. In the middle, like literally stopped us mid-song.
What the fuck?
Mid-song.
Did you stop the song?
Oh yeah, we stopped because we were just like, what the fuck's going on?
There's a crowd there too,
It's like,
right?
there's a crowd there. Everyone in the crowd's
My mom
like,
was there.
what the fuck's going on? So everyone's just standing there so silently, and it's just the most awkward fucking thing. And I'm just like, literally, dude, really? Like, you gotta fucking do this?
Was he mad at you guys, or was he talking to
No,
the crowd?
he's talking to everyone. In
Yeah, he wants to know who put the damn toilet.
I thought he
all
was
the
talking to
toilet
you guys.
paper in
Like,
there.
why did you guys go in the women's bathroom?
No, apparently this guy owned the
women's bathroom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he fucking sure acted like it. But I think he was some kind of owner for the whole building and like that kind of like hallway there, and we're just like, he kept asking it, and at some point everyone was like, a lot of people were just like, all right, dude, you need to like get the fuck off the stage. Like our buddy Sam, who played drums in this band called Illusionist, he was like one of the people promoting the show, and he was like literally just be like, yo, dude, like literally we can talk about this right now, but like you just gotta get off the stage. Like we can talk about it like while they're playing, like, we go outside or anything. And he just wasn't having it. Like he literally had to get pulled off the stage by people, like a bunch of guys.
That's crazy.
Like he was livid. And
Was he expecting someone to say I did it?
yeah, like I don't know. Like it was just so.
Strategy.
You guys just should have started the song up
Honestly,
again.
I fucking wish we did.
If it was one of
because-
ours, I feel like if that happened, that'd be like the funniest opportunity for a pre-breakdown.
Oh my god, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Go into something, I would die. If that happened at one of our shows, I'd probably belly laugh. I wouldn't even be offended. I would just be like, this is the
Content.
greatest night ever. This
Yeah,
is
right.
the
Yeah.
greatest interruption.
Fucking make a callback at one of
Yeah.
your end breakdowns.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not prepared where if something like that ever happens again, I'm gonna be like, literally, fuck you. Zach,
Yeah.
This goes out to
Keep
that
going.
fucking guy.
Yeah.
I will go
like-
to your next show just to interrupt for you to do it.
You have permission.
I'm just gonna scream as loud as I can to interrupt mid-song.
The one I have, it's short and sweet. The first time we went out on the road, which I felt was like the real bonding that we did. We drove up and we went to Queensbury. Was it Queensbury or Glen
Queensbury.
Falls? It was like
Queensbury.
right. All right. So we went to Adventure Racing, which is kind of like an arcade meets a go-kart meets a music venue.
That sounds amazing.
Coolest show we've ever fucking played. And we get there, and we go. It's like going to Winterfell from where we were. So we drove up like 2 or 3 hours. We got there. We must have just missed the snowstorm that they got hit with because we had nothing down here. So we get there. We're going through the tundra. We get to the venue, and they let us in this big garage door, and we see this arcade, and we're like, I'm a pig in shit because I'm a kid at heart, and we're all like, this is gonna be great. I wish they would put the stuff on. Later on, all the lights start going on, all the games start going on. There's people coming in, they're playing games, then they're coming to mosh, and it was a great experience.
Yeah.
The crowd response we got there it blew us away. We were strangers, and we felt so at home at a far away, not too far away, but a far away place, not home here, not Jersey. See, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And we went with we were on a little weekend warrior tour with our buddy band Levitated. We went out with them afterwards, and we tried finding beer. One should know, if you don't know, that here in Jersey, when you go to a liquor store, you could buy beer and liquor. When you're up there, a liquor store
Oh yeah, 2 different.
just has
stores.
liquor.
Yo,
So
that's
we're
crazy.
walking
Yeah, I
around.
was just thinking
There's
about that.
10 or 11 of us walking around in this liquor store looking for. All right, they have every bottle of wine existing to man. Where the fuck is the beer? And then one of the guys working there said, "Oh yeah, you got to go to like a gas station or something." And we forgot where we were for 2 seconds. So we drive to Walmart. We go to Walmart, and now again, crew of 11 guys are walking around a Walmart at 11 o'clock at night.
We got matching long shirts.
And yeah, we sure did. And we're looking for beer. The one aisle that they're tearing apart for construction or fixing the
I remember that.
was where the beer was. So now we're like, this is a fucking sign. So we're driving and we found a gas station, and we got to the gas station, we walked in. They had a beer cave, a refrigerated area. So that's like, think of going into like a Wawa here, and then there's another insert into the building that you walk in, and it's like a
I've
paradise
seen that. They
of
have
beer.
that like the sheets out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible. But it took 2 L's to get to that one win.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And by the time we got home, we were so exhausted. We're like, all right, we're going to chug beers, do what we got to do, and crash.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy. That's the thing, because so I go to Pittsburgh. Well, I went to Pittsburgh a couple times because my buddy went to college out there, and I'm calling him like, "Hey, we're about to be there. Let's get some alcohol." He was like, "All right, we're gonna go to the beer store." I was like, "Haha, beer store. That's funny. Good joke." And little did I know, we walk in the store. It's just beer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's beer here, there's beer over there, and I'm like, "All right, let's get a bottle of liquor." He's like, "All right, we gotta go to the liquor store." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah, it's you don't realize the conveniency the convenience that we have, just going down to the street to Joe Canals or Buy Right, and you can go get everything you need. You can get the champagne or mimosas for your mom. You can get the booze for you or whoever, and then you got your beer, your this, your that, mixers, everything. To have to go to 2 different stores, you know what? I want a bottle of JMO and I want a couple of beers. I don't want to go to 2 different places at once.
It's hard to be an alcoholic out there.
Yeah. So, different states, different places. We're
Probably
awesome.
like something to do with the liquor license.
The one thing I wish we had was sheets.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
That's-
cool Wawa.
Wawa's great. I love Wawa.
Nah,
Forever.
Sheets guy.
Sheets. I had Sheets 3 times in my life.
He doesn't like that.
Sheets. I love that. Sheets is great, man.
They're so great.
I'm very passionate about my New Jersey stuff. This place might be a shithole, but I'm very passionate about it.
Oh,
I'm
no.
a simple
It
guy.
is
If you don't have
definitely
chicken
that,
tenders,
but
I
it
want
is home.
Exactly.
Yeah, like sheets, yeah, it's cool, whatever. Fuck it, but nah, Wawa, day and night.
If Wawa could sell beer, I'd win. Wawa would win. I mean, Wawa still wins in my heart, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we went to Pittsburgh, we had that whole beer and liquor store conundrum because we couldn't get anything for me because I don't drink any beer, remember? And
Yeah.
all like the liquor stores were closed and only beer places were open. It was so weird. I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, there's certain places have like crazy laws. Like there's some place down south where they don't sell like juices and alcohol together because kids aren't allowed in liquor stores. So they just ban mixers being sold in the liquor store.
It's good. Yeah, some states are extreme with their stuff. We learned that from one instance of going one state up and one state over. It's like a whole new world.
Seriously,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Where's the state with the law where you can't have an ice cream cone in your back pocket?
I don't know, but you could probably find
it's
it
a
like
weird
crazy
one.
law.
It's like
It's a weird
or
one
some
for
shit.
even
Probably like
having that being a
Wisconsin or
law.
something like that.
Yeah, there's another one with like you're able or unable to hit your wife or your girlfriend on court steps or something
Yeah.
like that. There's
Yeah, there's a whole
that
website
specific
for
one,
this.
but that one like jumped at me because that's like, why would you
Yeah.
do that fucking anyway?
Everywhere
But
else,
the fact
it's
that
fine, but
it's a
right
law,
here-
yeah, it's
don't even
ridiculous.
think about it here. Damn it! I got a good law.
It was
So,
just 35 years.
this is my favorite law out of all of them ever. So in Washington State, if you have a disagreement with someone and there's a cop standing right here, if you both agree you want a fist fight about it, you can. Cop can't do shit. If you both say, I consent to fighting, cop can't do shit. You guys can
Beat each other?
beat the fuck out of each
I'm
other.
down.
Old-fashioned duel.
Yeah,
Tussle? You want to tussle? Let's tussle. Let's go.
They can't do anything.
That's great.
Can't
I'm
intervene.
down.
Unless you're killing the guy at that
I'm
point.
down. If I was a cop there, I would do MMA 100% just to be ready for that.
Yeah.
That's great. I think it's the coolest law.
Fist fight, pull blower.
New Jersey's
Great.
about slap boxing.
No, you don't fight the cop. You're allowed to fight each other. The cop's just not allowed to
Oh.
intervene.
Oh, that's even better. I'll ask him to be the ref.
Exactly.
You want to get entertained?
You'll be the ring girl.
I'm gonna beat that guy's ass.
Make sure you do that for overtime.
That'd be great. I'm getting paid
Get
for
a
this.
referee
It's
fights with
Who
the
wants
contract.
next?
It's like it's the most fun I've had all
Protect
day.
and serve and ref.
This is the most fun I've had all
Great.
day. Thanks for asking me to ref this.
Oh man. So what's your guys? Well, I said it, your favorite show was that one up in.
Queensberry, yeah.
That was
I mean, at
number
least
one?
for me, I think I wouldn't speak for all of us, but I mean, we were blown away. Like, we were fans of the fans there. Like, it was the energy was amazing, especially, again, being strangers to everyone that was there. It was really great.
I was actually thinking about this today. I think my favorite show might have been A Breakdown Before Christmas.
That was
That was at All Star.
Yeah.
It was just we were just having a silly goose time. Like, I wore like a Rick and Morty Christmas sweater. He wore a fucking Santa
I came out
cape.
with a Santa cape and a Santa hat or something
we were just,
like that.
I mean, obviously we were fucking playing our shit and doing our normal stuff, but we were just having fun.
Yeah.
Like, we were goofing around,
I
we were
spoke
messing
to-
around with each other on stage, and it like, even when we came off, we had like a couple people come up to us and be like, yo, it looked like you guys were having a blast up there. And we were. Like,
Yeah.
I think about that show I was looking at the pictures today, I was like, oh, what a good time that was.
It was great. I'm a clown and a joker. I spoke to a promoter and a good friend of mine, Brian, and he runs shows at All Star Music Empire over in Flemington. And I told him, what if we had a Christmas show? And I promise I'll talk to bands and we'll get a crazy show. Why don't we call it a breakdown before Christmas instead of a nightmare before Christmas? So we did. We had a stacked lineup. The room was packed. He actually wound up doing a little like promo video for it where he's reading like what was it? It was an instant ravioli recipe.
Yeah.
He gets to like it's awesome. I got to dig it up and watch. I
You
watch
wrote
it
a whole,
again
like,
from time to
poem.
time. Yeah,
Like,
it's great.
It was like a whole.
And it was with our friends. It was like friends and family. It was a great feeling. And I love doing gimmicks. Like the Santa cape was one thing. Later in February, we had the Heart Breakdown.
The Heart Breakdown, that's right.
And it was Valentine's Day themed one for last year.
Tell me you
So
came out as Cupid.
I came out
I
with.
really wanted
I
to.
came out
I
with a
wanted that
bouquet
so
of roses and a rose in my mouth, and we came out. Our walkout song was Barry White.
Yeah.
I forgot what the
Was it?
Can't get enough
Can't
of
get
your
enough of your
love.
love. So that's playing in the background. No one has any idea what the fuck is going on. And then we walk out, and then I'm coming out. I have a rose in my mouth. I come out with a bouquet, and I'm just throwing roses into the crowd. And then we play the whole set. We have a great time. At the end of the set, we finished up, and then out of nowhere, Careless Whisper by Wham comes on. And I'm like, thank you all, blowing kisses, throwing the rest of the roses, and we had a great time. So
Did
you
we
have,
headline that show?
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
It was a great time.
Me and Joe were late to that show, right?
You were very late to that.
Oh my God, was that show? Why did you tell that story?
They had a show the same day in a town over, I think, and they got there as we're getting our shit on stage.
Like, we're starting to move our shit on. We're like, where the fuck are they?
I'm shitting bricks. One of my biggest pet peeves is like, on time, even before if you can. And I'm waiting for these two to get there, and it's just like
They literally
if
brought
we
their
can't
gear
play
directly onto
the
the
show
stage.
that we put together, I'm gonna freak. And they finally got there. We got on, and we did it. We killed it. All the bands killed it that night. It was a great time.
Make me
But,
anxious just thinking about
yeah,
it.
That show.
well,
Yeah.
we would like to bring back gimmicky kind of things again. We love
Yeah.
having fun. The crowd loves it because it's not just a show. It brings a different it's comedy. I love comedy,
Yeah.
so it helps.
Yeah. Next time you got to come out like diaper,
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
I was
I'll do
really
it.
tempted,
I'll do it.
but I think Tom was like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah. No, we would
It's
like
too much.
drop you, like with the rope. You
I'm
just play
scared.
guitar, just hang.
Yeah, just start soloing.
Yeah.
Rose and mouth.
Mhm.
Just serenading everyone.
Like SpongeBob.
Dress up as Tuxedo Mask.
That would be great. Sailor Moon's shit.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite shows, honestly, it depends for me because like when I think of like a favorite show, I feel like the crowd really has to be like an important factor in that too, but also just like how you hear yourself when you're playing as well. Those things matter as well. And yeah, I don't know. I think for me, it's like a toss up between the shows we've played at House of Independence and Asbury Park.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like those, like the way we
Solo, I keep
sounded,
forgetting.
the way we sounded on that stage was just like next level. Like nothing has
Proper sound checks.
yeah,
everything.
proper sound checks, everything.
Those-
Professional people doing the sound checks too.
drops.
The bass drops sounded fucking huge.
I was gonna
Those
say
bass
the
drops,
same thing,
it doesn't matter
actually.
who you are, you're gonna
It's like-
shart.
It's
We pride ourselves on our bass drops, and I will tell you this: your underpants are gonna have a brown stain at the end of the night if you come to our shows over there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's a toss-up for me because, like, I think I had the most fun at a breakdown before Christmas, but when it comes to like crowd response and like who came out to support, I think my favorite show was the what was the
first one, the Bleeding Through show?
Yeah, Bleeding Through, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've had so many friends, like, that aren't in, like, local bands that, like, took off work and made it an effort, drove 2 hours to come and see us. Like, I had, like, a whole group of friends, and I know a bunch of us did, like, had so many people come out to support. I think some of my family even came.
Yeah, my family came.
And the crowd was packed.
Yeah, it was a good amount of people
absolutely packed.
Yeah.
And I know we made so many new fans that day. So many people in Bleeding Through shirts came up to us. We're like, oh my God, what are you guys on Instagram? So many people like connecting with us. Like,
Yeah.
that was probably my favorite crowd response show.
Yeah, I think my favorite crowd response show, like granted, those were really awesome shows because there was definitely a good amount of people there. But I also really, it's very satisfying for me at least to see when like people are like fucking throwing down to your songs and shit like that. And that one time we played at the Meat Locker, we played with a bunch of friends. We played with Planetary Alignment, we played with Levitated, we played with these bands from out of state.
That was a late show.
That was a late show, yeah. It was.
We opened the show at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Just to
I think it was on a weekday
set
too.
that it was
It was a
a
weekday.
No, it's
Friday.
yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay,
still,
never mind.
10:30 to open.
Yeah, it's
a
late.
stretch.
But like we were the first band on, and like there was just like a bunch of homies there, a bunch of friends there, and obviously when you're a bunch of homies at a show, you're all gonna fucking beat the shit out of each other when you're fucking hearing a fucking 1-0-0 breakdown. So and a bass drop. So like as soon as that happens, or a closed hi-hat breakdown, who knows? Because that was the first. That was the first time Zach ever did that during Dark Passenger, and like and ever since that show, I was like, we're doing that. We're doing
Every
that
time.
every single
A
time.
happy accident.
Yeah. He knew. Like Zach was like, he knew. He was like, I see these motherfuckers beating shit at each other. I know what's gonna make them. Like I know it's gonna be the cherry on top of the sundae, and he fucking hit it off.
I miss those moments. But we'll either play live and then someone does a happy accident after the show. We're like, yeah, so all our peepees got hard at that point. So do that every time now, and we did. And then it did. That's right. I forgot that was good, Joe. I forgot about
I
that.
didn't know that was there.
We did that at the House of Independence for the end breakdown the first time for Dark Passenger, and people lost their fucking minds.
Like, I think they started cheering, like, for our finisher, because, like, I don't know if they knew it was our last song, but it was. So, like, I feel like they were already, like, losing their minds before we even, like, got to the punctuation of the
When
song.
there's a crowd that doesn't know you and you're a local band and they want more songs after you did a 5-song set, it's such a powerful feeling.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And that's not just the friends that came there. These are people we haven't even met before. So it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, like it's great when we get like a random person following us on Instagram. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know them, so that's
Yeah.
good. You know, we're
Yeah.
doing something right. So yeah, that's a great feeling.
I have a question. So I've always wondered, like, how is the energy on stage? Like, how is it compared to what you thought it was before? Like, how is being on? I guess I could
Before
word it
what?
different. Like,
Before I guess like you played a show.
before you played a show, like from being in the crowd, when you looked at when you looked at a band up there, what did you imagine it would feel like compared to what it actually feels like?
So, like, for me, it's actually interesting because I don't just play metal. Like, I kind of play a lot of different genres. Like, I'm also in, like, my most active bands. I mean, Empty Vessel is my main gig as far as, like, performing live goes. But I have, like, another, like, side project where it's, like, funk, alt, pop, fusion type shit.
Groovy.
And different type of vibe completely, you know? And that's, like, I feel like more what I pictured, like, when I pictured, like, playing on stage. But this, it's so special. I think metal will always be my favorite thing to perform. Just because always watching it, like, going to metal shows was always my favorite, and I think it still is. Because just the energy, like, the raw energy, like, just people going crazy on stage and off stage. So as someone who always went watching, like, I was always that kid that, like, was way too small to be in the pit, but, like, I needed some fucking room because I need to go in, you know what I mean? And to be able to, like, bring that energy on stage, I think is one of the most fulfilling things, like, as a musician to me, just to be able to, like, headbang along with what I'm playing as opposed to what someone else is playing it kind of feels almost like symbiotic. It's almost the same kind of energy, but there's like an extra layer of like butterflies or adrenaline, if that makes sense. So it's like, it's intensely gratifying.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the first time you saw someone wearing your merch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was, I mean, the time and the person, I don't remember. I remember the feeling, and it's even today, it's like the first time seeing people. If I see someone on an Instagram post or a story or bump into someone wearing a shirt or whatever, and I'm not even planning on seeing them, it's just, they're just doing it, it's amazing. It's because we think of our, we don't think we're like, oh yeah, we're great, we're top tier. Like, we're still the low totem. We're in the scene and everything, but
Still
to see
working our
people,
way up, yeah.
to see people wearing our stuff, it's like, or listening to our music alone, it's like, we love and respect that more than you'll ever know.
There are two. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah, I was at work and I was going to the bathroom and I'm like washing my hands, and I work in a warehouse, so our people who go around on forklifts have like speakers attached to forklifts, and I'm washing my hands and I'm like, this sounds really familiar. Like, really fucking familiar. I'm drying my hands and I'm like, kind of mouthing it, and I'm like, this sounds really familiar. And I walk out and I'm like, what are you listening to? And he was like, Mouth Breather by your band. And I was like, haha, that's why it sounds familiar. That was really funny.
I have I think 3 instances that come to mind with that kind of energy. The first time that, I don't know, every time, I share that same feeling with Nick. Like, every time I see someone wearing this shirt, it means so much to me. It's just, because, you don't have to, buy a shirt. You don't have to, go to the merch. Coming to the show is enough to make us, appreciative that you came. But, the first time that it was wow, I can't believe that these people are here for us, was at our EP release.
We had 10 people wearing Empty Vessel shirts.
Was wearing Empty Vessel
and we
shirts.
didn't ask a soul to do so.
And then
they were people we both knew and didn't know.
Yes. And then another time that was special, a little inverse recognition. I was shoe shopping a couple months back, and I was wearing this shirt, the Dark Passenger Empty Vessel shirt. While I was just looking for shoes. I was going from store to store by myself, FaceTiming my girlfriend so she can get her opinion. And I get a text from Kevin, the bassist's girlfriend, hey, are you at the mall shopping for shoes? And I was like, yeah, why? And he was like, oh, I have a friend who works at this shoe store, and he said he saw someone in the Empty Vessel shirt, so he was talking to me, asking if that was someone in the band. So someone recognized me in the shirt from Empty Vessel.
Yeah, that's
just out in the world.
Oh, wow.
It's completely unassociated with me. I didn't even know who she was referring to, because I went to 5 different shoe stores. But there was just someone out there that recognized me just because of my shirt. That was crazy. Mm-hmm. And then a third thing, a little bit different, but when around the time of the Spotify wrap up, I saw a couple of my friends, a couple of my supporters, that were fans of the music I made even before I joined Empty Vessel. One of their top 5 tracks, their top most streamed tracks all year, was our latest single, Mouth Breather. And it was just such
cool.
a weird, humbling, but amazing feeling of wow, we are heavily in these people's rotations. They're not just supporters. They're not just keep doing what you're doing. I love that you're doing. They're fans. They're genuinely fans of the music, and it's always weird. It always doesn't feel real.
Yeah, I'm grateful just for anyone that's given us the time of day, because they could be listening to anything else, or be interested in anything else, but they decided to give us attention, and all of us could never show how thankful and we are for that. So we appreciate all those who do.
Sweet. I actually wanted to do something. This is kind of ad-libbed. Ooh. But
What
I
are
was
you
thinking.
talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
No.
They don't even know.
I just thought of this. I was like, this would be cool. So we'll do a little giveaway like we did a while ago.
Okay.
So, and we're not going to post it. People have to listen to the podcast.
Cool. Awesome.
If they send us a screenshot of them listening to your guys' single Mouth Breather, the first person to do it will get a t-shirt.
Hells yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate the
All right.
promotion,
Yeah,
guys.
for sure.
All right.
Yeah. So first person to do it. You know what? First two.
First two?
Yeah. First
Okay.
two people. We'll send them a T-shirt.
That's
but
too
they have.
easy. You should make it like a random number, like a
Oh right, random.
Yeah, like a random number between 1 and 10 or something.
How about-
whoever's the fourth or sixth person to do it?
Okay. Yeah. All right. How about this? We'll do first person and 10th person.
Okay.
All right. I mean, sure.
All right. First person and 10th person that sends a screenshot of them, streaming your song, Mouth Breather, specifically Mouth Breather, or you know what? Do any, but also listen to Mouth Breather. We'll send them a T-shirt.
Word.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh,
A little off top of the head.
Yeah.
Off top of the dome.
you got to promote somehow. Help each other out. But yeah, we'll do that. But it was great having you guys on. It's about that time now.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys wanted to end on?
Yeah, wrap up on, say,
I prefer
shout outs,
on
anything?
the ground.
Just shout out to
My feet on the ground.
shout out to all our homies in the scene. Any band we've played with that we've become friends with just over the past 2 years at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 years. So
Well,
about to be 3 years coming
Yeah.
in September, right? I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
Like 3 years. Just shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all our friends. We just want to keep this loving community going. We want to build this scene. We want it to be so accepting. We want it to be for everyone. And we love being from here. We love being from Jersey, and we think it's just a really great place to just start up in. Anyone, and if you're thinking about starting up a band, fucking do it. Do it. Like fucking, if you got those feelings, like put in the effort, make it happen, because if you do that, it'll definitely be worth it.
And all the bands, like, building off what you said, all the bands that are, like, making the most of this downtime, this quarantine, like all of our friends and all of the people that are listening that we don't know that are in bands and still trying to make the most of creating music, releasing content, still finding ways to interact with your fans. Keep it up. Like, just keep grinding, keep pushing. We see you and we appreciate you. And we're all in the same boat, and we all just want music, and we all want our music to be heard. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Shout out to the fans and the family that we have out there. We're going to see you soon, and we promise to deliver some amazing things coming this or the next year.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for having us, Metal
Yeah.
Antics. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah.
We very much appreciate everything, and it's been awesome talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys
Great having you guys on.
taking
board.
time out of your days and traveling from afar to come up here and talk with us for a bit.
Our pleasure.
But thank you guys again. We'll definitely have you guys back on.
Awesome.
Sure, we'd love
Love to be back on.
All right. Thank you.